Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are filming a what's in my backpack for freshman year. I needed to get a lot of supplies for this year, so I'm just going to show you what you might need for freshman year if you haven't got a supply list yet. The first thing I'm going to show you is my schedule. For me, I'm not taking any honors this year, so my schedule and the supplies that I'm getting are for kids who aren't taking honors. So, for example, I'm taking Algebra 1, some kids are taking Geometry. So my supplies are going to be for the kids who are taking Algebra 1. Then I'm taking Writing and Literature 1, College Prep. If you are taking Writing and Literature honors, you might need different things than I do. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. Now I'm going to show you my schedule. So my first class that I'm taking this year is Algebra 1, and then I'm taking Introductory to Physics, Writing and Literature 1, College Prep, Spanish 2, Early American History, College Prep, and Introduction to Marketing. Then I'm also taking Introduction to Capstone Project, which is like a special basically. In middle school you have specials, which is like gym, health, whatever. So Intro to Capstone is a special. Off with the supplies that I need for Algebra 1 is a reversible, I don't think it really matters if it's reversible, but I got this graph notebook. It's like that. It spreads really wide. Honestly, I didn't expect it from a notebook with this lining, but yeah. This is what I needed for algebra. And then I also needed a 2-inch 3-ring binder. So I got this one. It's navy blue, and the inside is like has folders and stuff. But yeah, that's what I got for algebra. Now let's talk about all the things I needed for physics this year. So for physics, I needed a foot-long ruler that measures in metric system and the US system. Whatever it's called, I don't really know. But yeah, I got this metal one from Target. All of these supplies are from Target, so you can find it. Then I needed a protractor. This is what a protractor looks like, or this. I got both. Yeah, protractor. I don't really know what I need that for, but you know, you never know what you need. Then I got this one subject notebook from, it's a brand Mead, but 5-star. And I also got this from Target. And then this is like the cutest binder ever. It's a 1-inch 2-ring binder, and I just think it's so cute. But inside looks like this, and it comes with dividers, and it has like little gold things on the end. But yeah, this is the binder that I got for physics. Another thing we needed for physics was a calculator. It's a really like specific calculator, so it hasn't come in yet, but they said a scientific calculator will do, so I also have this one. For Writing and Literature 1, College Prep, I got 2 things. I got a decomposition notebook. I don't know. All she said is we need something to write in. So I got this notebook. I thought it was so cute. I saw it at Target, and then I opened it and I saw this. I was like, oh girl, that's even cuter. So I got it. And then I saw this folder for Writing and Literature College Prep, and yeah, she just said we needed a folder. And obviously writing utensils are like required for every class, so I'll show you what's in my pencil case later. For Early American History College Prep, I got 2 things. I got a folder. It's a 2-pocket folder, and it's this cute turquoise color. I thought it was so cute. And then history is definitely orange to me, so I got this notebook. It's just a 1-subject notebook from the Target brand, but it will do the job for this school year. Spanish, I needed 2 things. I needed a 5-subject notebook. When I tell you this is thick, it's thick. Like, it's heavy for me to hold. I am going to be a little upset that I have to carry this in my backpack all day. It's 5 subjects. And then I got another turquoise folder, but it's like a different material and stuff. This one's cardboard and this one's plastic, so I'll be able to tell them apart, and they're like kind of 2 different shades. So yeah. For my Intro to Capstone class, I needed a notebook, so a notebook that It's just red, it's plain, it's boring. And then I needed a folder, which I literally didn't mean to get Christmas colors. I have red and green, but still, it's fine. And then I also needed a folder for PE, so I decided to use the same folder. Maybe sometime in the future I'll get another folder, but I just feel like I won't be needing a lot of stuff in PE, so I got a shared folder. Now, every year in school, no matter what grade you're in, you're going to need a planner to keep everything together, everything in one spot, every idea or thought you have in written form, just to always remember what you have. So I got this planner. I got it from Target. Everything is from Target. I think that's like my third time repeating it, but yeah. I wrote my name in it. Yeah. Can't really show you anything else on that, but I did write my name in it. And then start on August. I wrote down everything in the planner, like for August, but it also comes with like days. So for each day, you can write what you're doing that day, or like your homework assignments, and then a to-do. If you can see that, I don't know if you can, but you can write down all your assignments and stuff in here for every single day of the month, which I always find super helpful, especially when you're going to school. Like in the summer, I guess it's important to have a planner, but especially in the school year, it is so important to have a planner, something you can write your homework down in, even if you're just jotting like an idea you had in your brain for a video idea. Maybe I said, oh, like a get ready with me video for like school, for high school. I can just write that down real quick so I don't forget it, even though that's like a basic one, but like just write it down. Or maybe your homework is read 4 chapters of so said book that you were given out in English. You need to remember that. So always get a planner, no matter what grade you're in. I'd say middle school is when I started getting a planner. Middle school, I think, was the prime time of planner years. It's time to tell you what's in my pencil bag. By the way, I think this bag is kind of ugly, but if you like it, you like it. I didn't get to choose it, really. They didn't have a lot of bags. It was slim pickings. Sorry, that was embarrassing. That was a Sabrina Carpenter reference. Anyway, the first thing I got was pens. This was actually the first thing I added to my cart. It was like my actual real cart, like I went in the store and got it. But this was the first thing I went to go look at. I always find it super helpful to get the blue, green, and red pens, because some classes make you use like a blue pen or red pen to correct your work, or like literally anything. I just find it so helpful to get 3 different colors of pens. And then I also got the black pens. This is a green pen, but the ink is black. Black is like the #1 pen. If you don't have the colorful ones, it's fine, like you'll get over it, whatever. It wasn't on my list, but I just find it helpful. You need black ones. Let me say it again. You need black pens for everything. Most classes in higher grade levels, I don't know why, they make you use pens instead of pencils, unless you're in like math class. So please get pens. Pens. Now, this should be a pretty obvious one, but you need pencils. I get mechanical pencils just because I feel it's more sufficient. Whenever I get normal pencils and I sharpen them, the lead always gets all over my pencil case and makes it look really gross. It just like draws on it and stuff. So with mechanical pencils, I find it helpful that I can put the lead back into the pencil so it doesn't get all over my case. But you can do whatever you feel is necessary. but these are the ones that I got this year. So yeah. Yes, I do have erasers on my pencils, and yes, I did still buy erasers because I think erasers are just such an important thing, especially when maybe your friend runs out of eraser. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Just erasers are so important. Erasers are so important. Just always have them, I guess. Now, glue wasn't on the list, but I always feel like I use glue. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I always feel like I use glue, even if it's just like for my own purposes, like the class doesn't even tell me to. I just always use glue. So I got glue. Now, this is always needed, but highlighters. Oh, I used highlighters religiously last year, and I think I'm going to continue to do that this year. So highlighters is what I got, and I just get the Sharpie ones. Okay, so this wasn't really recommended by my teachers or anything, but I love post-it notes because I do have a planner, although sometimes I just forget about it. So I like to write my homework down on these and put it on my notebooks, in my locker, on my backpack, in my backpack, on my walls, on my mirror, just to make sure that I get everything I need to get done. So yeah, post-it notes, my favorite thing ever. The last thing on the supply side of things is index cards. Index cards are actually probably the most helpful thing that got me through middle school. If you have a quiz, maybe it's a vocab quiz or literally any type of quiz, flashcards. I only use these for flashcards most of the time, so that's fine, but flashcards are so important. Index cards are so important. They help me study so much, so yes, index cards are a absolute must. Now let's get into what's in my emergency kit bag. Emergency kits are something that you bring in a little bag, and it's just things that you know you're going to need throughout the school year, but they're not for your classes. They're just for you. So I would argue that emergency kits are just as important as school supplies. Some people think that school supplies are way more important or these are more important, but honestly, I think they're just as important. They're equal. Obviously, you need school supplies for school, but if you're bleeding down there and you don't have a pad or underwear or anything to clean you up, this is a little more important, to be honest. Like, if you don't have a notebook in class, obviously that's important if you're trying to take notes, but it's also important to not bleed all over your chair. So I'd say they're pretty equal. I'm just gonna kind of go through this. I'm not gonna stop every 2 seconds. But first thing, hand sanitizer. I put hand sanitizer on before I eat lunch every day, or I wash my hands. Last year, I usually go to the bathroom right before lunch. That was just my schedule. Like, I needed to pee every day before lunch. So I would go with my best friend to the bathroom and we'd, do whatever we wanted. Like, we'd go to the bathroom. I don't know how to explain it. So I'd wash my hands, and I didn't really use hand sanitizer because I would wash my hands. But this year, I don't know what the schedule is going to be like because I might have an earlier lunch or I might have a later lunch. So the schedule might be a little different. But yeah, I got hand sanitizer. Then I got a little mini Dove deodorant. This is the scent I always use. Looks like cucumbers on it. It smells good. I like it. It keeps the smell away for a long time. Like, I put deodorant on in the morning, but sometimes if I forget, this is just the most helpful thing to have ever. And I love that it's tiny so it can fit in my bag super easily. And if another girl needs it, I can just kind of like slip it to them without showing a whole entire giant stick of deodorant. Then I got a Welly first aid kit. It's called First Aid on the Go. I'll show you what's inside. I don't like this green color, but I think it doesn't matter. I got 3 things of each. So I got triple antibiotic first aid ointment, which is basically bacitracin. And I got 3 of those, but I put 1 of them in my sister's emergency bag. And then I got this instant hand sanitizer, which is just in here, and I got 3 of them too. but I put one of them in my sister's bag. Even though I already have hand sanitizer, it's just helpful to have. So yeah. Then Band-Aids. Band-Aids, Band-Aids, Band-Aids. That's the last thing we got in here. Band-Aids. Those are the colors that they had. And then they had blue ones, but I put them in my sister's. Hold on. And then they had bigger Band-Aids. These are the blue ones. So yeah, you have 2 different sizes of Band-Aids in here as well. I just think this little kit is so helpful in case of anything. Maybe you have, like, first aid kit doesn't have to be a freaking emergency. It doesn't mean you're bleeding, like you just broke your leg. Like, these Band-Aids and bacitracin isn't going to help you, obviously. Like, you're going to need something a little bit more than that. This is just so important. Like, if you have a hangnail or something and it starts to bleed, like, throw a Band-Aid on it, you know? You don't have to go to the nurse every 2 seconds to ask for a Band-Aid or something, because I think it's so embarrassing when you're in class. You're like, hey, can I go to the nurse? And they're like, why do you need to go to the nurse? And you're like, well, my finger's bleeding, I just got a hangnail. Like, you can just pull this out and put a Band-Aid on. I just think it's so helpful, especially if other people need it too. They just know that you have one. These 2 things are the most used: deodorant and dry shampoo. Dry shampoo is something I really need because I have really oily hair, but it's not good to wash it every single day. So putting dry shampoo in can just be so helpful sometimes. It's not good to wash your hair every day. A lot of people know that knowledge. I still do it sometimes, but dry shampoo has really helped me stop washing my hair every day because it makes your hair look just as good as day 1 wash day. So, dry shampoo. I love that this is mini because it can fit in this tiny little bag. Like, this bag is like the size of my head. And it's just like so helpful that everything is made small. Yeah, I just love dry shampoo because my hair is really oily. Then chapstick. Honestly, I don't recommend these chapsticks. It's just the Chapstick brand and it's strawberry scented, but I don't recommend it just because it doesn't smell good. Like, yes, it's strawberry scented. It doesn't really smell like strawberries. It smells like medicine and it's gross to me. It smells like old people. No offense to old people, but it does smell like old people and I don't really like that. But yeah, chapstick is just so helpful. Lip gloss I also have in there sometimes, but I think chapstick is the most helpful thing ever because my lips are constantly dry and cracking, especially in the times that we go to school. Like, I go to school during the winter. I go to school during the winter and the fall and the spring, but like, that's mostly the time where it's cold for me. So yeah. Then a Tide stick. This is so important, but I don't think I use it as much because I'm careful. So a Tide stick basically looks like this. Kind of looks like highlighter. You're going to press it down. It's like a paint stick, so this tip goes into the rest of it. And the more you press it down onto something, liquid will come out of the top of it. So right now it's dry. Obviously, I've never used it, but I'll show you what happens with this bag. So liquid came out. You can see the wet spot just as you press it down. And basically you press down on a stain and then you like wash off the stain. Basically, you can go in the bathroom and use water to basically, after you put this on, you go in the bathroom and you wash off the stain with water after putting this on and letting it sit for a little bit. So that just helps me, especially at school. Like, it helps me at home too, but it helps me especially at school when I don't have a laundry wash. So yeah. Then a tiny little mirror. This mirror is just so helpful. Oh, I'm making light everywhere. Anyway, this mirror is just so helpful, just so I can see everything. Like, if we're not allowed to use our phones at school, so if I need to look at my like lip gloss or something, or like chapstick that I'm putting on, or my eyebrows, like I can do that. So yeah. Then last but totally not least, ooh, hold on, hair ties. Hair ties are so important because I swear that every single girl my age has longer hair, honestly. So when people are like, we're in gym class, they're like, oh shoot, I forgot a hair tie. Do you have one, Reagan? Take your choice. I've got like 10 million of them. And I just bought these ones, so I know they're never used. So if people don't feel comfortable using hair ties from me, they can know that these are like I've never used them before. So yeah, hair ties. I always forget hair ties like on my wrists, so I need to go into my emergency kit. The last thing has its own pocket in my backpack, which is pads. I use these ones. I forgot the brand, but they're organic and stuff like that. So yeah, I have like a lot of them in here because I know it's inevitable that I'm going to get my period at school. So pads. Anyway, that's it. That's all for this video. I hope you had a really great time just watching this. I hope this helped you. I hoped like you understand what you might need for classes in freshman year or in high school. Thank you for watching this video, and I love you all. Bye-bye.